On this Memorial Day, it's important to remember not just the men and women who lost their lives serving our country, but also those who were there when comrades made the ultimate sacrifice and carry that pain with them for the rest of their lives.
KOMO Force Russ Bowen shows us the simple act of writing is lightening the load for local vets.
Under the current of what is now,
I had a summer job in the towboat industry.
Are often the silent whispers
another year and a half
of the past.
In one summer.
The internal conversation that is laden with pictures so vivid they torment and taint what should be peace, or at the very least average thoughts and memories.
Being able to describe something so that it's unique,
rather than a forever changed state of mind.
Personal descriptions of the things that they experienced is a key part of war narratives.
We never know who we might cross paths with.
I'm a veteran.
By chance or with purpose.
Every soldier has a different reason why they sucked it up and drove on. Right?
3 wars, a generation separating them.
You're going to write just for 5 minutes. It can be about anything in your head, but it has to be inspired by the item that I set down.
They found each other and changed each other.
It's an army cot.
If you listen closely,
they tended to start to merge into one another.
You can hear a symphonic reckoning with the past.
All those stories that you lived and that you saw, those are the stories that we're here to write about.
The greatest generation rarely spoke of their war. The Vietnam generation,
a lot of times you got labeled warmonger or baby killer straight away.
Often not welcome to.
Because that's what appeared on the news, and they got labeled.
Anybody else?
Iraq and Afghanistan still so fresh.
The flak jacket, heavy second skin that went with you everywhere, usually under your ribs, and usually not new when you got it, so someone else's blood, sweat, and tears on it.
Once you start writing, the writing reveals things to you as a writer that you have to deal with.
Therapy with no therapist but yourself.
This is the first time in, 45 years that I've actually been able to write those kind of words down on a piece of paper. And when I read them back, I have to think twice that that was me.
And to hear it.
We were to sneak into an area.
Is to live it again.
I bent down to get another box of ammo for my gun when there was a loud explosion off the port side.
Whether it's the soldier, Marine, or seaman.
I rushed forward to give first aid and stumbled through the carnage, blood and gore, to find my friend.
Or for us?
I was prepared for death by gunshot wounds, but nobody can prepare themselves for one of their best friends to die in such a way.
To live it for the first time.
As a father would handle his newborn child, I placed his brain back in the cavity, covered it with some of the skull cap, and wrapped a battle dressing around his head.
As veterans are eventually laid to rest, they often take with them their story.
Was a whole period in this person's life where they did a lot of things but didn't tell anybody about it.
Beyond the therapeutic release is a now documented history.
I'm writing for my granddaughter, who's only 9 years old. She's not ready to read this, but she will be eventually.
And she will learn of the draft.
They just said, you take the oath and serve or you go to prison. I never imagined that I would spend any part of my life killing another human being.
But it did happen. War. It has always been a part of mankind and will likely continue to be.
He is using the same reflective process that we're going to use.
The transcription of embedded memories necessary.
It helps the individual writing to heal, and also it helps the American public to heal.
So the changing tides of life can perhaps allow life to move on.
That was Russ Bowen reporting. If you are a veteran and would like to learn more about that class, contact the Bellingham Veterans Center.